What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 250. Woo. I don't know.
I didn't interrupt this time.
That's shocking. It's the first time in 250 episodes.
That's not true.
Yeah,
First
you
time
weren't
in,
here
like,
for
two
some.
episodes. I don't know. 250 episodes. God damn.
Might be time to retire. Just kidding. No, I don't know. My brain has been making me want to walk in front of a train for like 4 days now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So, new question for you. On the episode that comes out on the day of Thanksgiving, you don't just have another depressing episode? We're going to title it like it's not depressing. Then we're going to depress everybody as they listen.
I don't know. I mean,
Or are we just
we can
faking
make it that.
I mean, I'm sure we both have plenty of depression to talk about. I
mean,
definitely do.
A little. I know you do.
Dude,
But-
yeah.
I mean, it might be a little more therapeutic for you than it is for me, but
See, I also just don't know if you want me to fucking dump my dumbass brain on you.
well, I've known you my entire life, so
That's fair.
there's nothing you could say that's gonna
Surprise
really
you?
rattle me or surprise me. So,
I mean,
I wouldn't volunteer for the things that I volunteer for if I
That's a
couldn't
good
handle this
point.
type of stuff. So,
no, it was this thing the other day. I kept doing the dude, I'm gonna fucking kill myself thing. Then people like realized I was actually depressed, and they're like, you know what? Maybe you should just stop saying that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that might be freaky. And then I was like, oh yeah, half of you don't know I've tried before. And they're like, huh? That was fun. They're like, yeah, you should really stop saying that. And I'm like, yeah, it'll be alright. Then like a minor inconvenience happened. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go hurl myself in front of a train. Yeah.
yeah,
How's your week been though? Let's talk about Wonder for a bit.
it has been. I don't know. I don't know if you understand this, but it feels like time is flying, but yet going nowhere at the same time. Like I feel like everything's happening fast.
Like
But
it's insane that it's Thanksgiving, but it also feels like the 4th of July was last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's insane that it's Thanksgiving, but it also feels like, I'm just fucking tired. I'm just wore out.
Yeah.
And people are always like, "Well, it's because you're putting too much on your plate. You're putting too much on your
I
plate."
mean, that's
think.
true. That's part of it.
But it's not really like I'm tired from that. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just wore out.
Right.
I don't
It is.
know.
I think
I
it
feel
is
like-
because of that. You're just like mentally drained.
But I feel like if I just sat at home and didn't have anything to do but sit around and play video games, I feel like I would still feel the same way.
Probably. Well, you
I
need
don't
a
know.
couple days recharge. Sorry, my dog is crying at me, and I'm not really sure
Yeah.
why. I don't know what he needs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's sensing your demeanor.
I don't
Dogs
think
are good
so.
at that.
I don't think so. He's kind of too stupid for that.
I don't know. He's sad, but he doesn't know why.
No,
least you're
I think
sad, you know
somebody's
why.
just. Well, that's not entirely fair. I think somebody's just here. Or is.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
dumbass.
you're there.
No, somebody else, you fuckwit.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
He does not
I don't
listen
know.
good.
yeah. I know I'll probably get maybe some time to do nothing this week. Maybe.
Oh, do you?
I don't know. I don't know.
What time is Aspen getting here tonight?
She should be here about an hour and a half or so.
That's
So I've been trying
oh,
to,
I don't
like-
even have the other thing. I was gonna say I should make you come over here and record a video, but I don't even. I still need that one other bottle of Prime
Yeah.
to do that one. That video's
yeah, I've
prepped,
been-
but Who
I've
knows
been
when it'll
trying
happen.
to clean and pick stuff up and move stuff around and get stuff tidied, which I know she doesn't really care, but still I don't want her to think I'm a slob or something, even though she understands that I've literally had like 2 days home. That's it in the last 3 months.
You don't want
You
her to
wanna
see you as the slob that you are.
want to hear some nasty shit?
Is this about the milk in your fridge?
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
is.
tell the story. While I go deal with the dog real quick. Be right
Okay.
back.
So, um, I have not had any time at home in the last 3 months. So, um, I got cereal and stuff like that. So I went to the store and I bought me a little, I know I'm never going to drink a full gallon of milk myself. So I always buy the half gallons. And I had a half a gallon of milk that I had gone through about half of it. And then I got super busy, like between hunting and just having mainly hunting and work and trying to get things moved and you know get things accomplished per se. I've only had about 2 days at home in the last 3 months. I didn't realize that my milk in my fridge. I hadn't even been in my fridge in 3 months, and I didn't realize that my milk had expired or had gone bad. It wasn't even expired. But for whatever reason, this milk like soured really, really fast, and so I I don't know. So it was a couple mornings ago. I woke up and I like walked out in my kitchen. I'm like, oh my god, what is that smell? I mean, I was like, it is raunchy, and I thought it was like garbage. So I was like, because my garbage was kind of full and ready to be taken out. So I was like, well, I'll just tie it up and I'll set it by the door. So when I get home, I'll take it out real fast. And so I go through work, I come home, and I walk in the house, and I'm like, oh my god, it stinks in here. And I kept thinking to myself, it smells like rotten milk. It smells like sour milk. And I still thought it was maybe the garbage and that it had just stunk up because it was sitting next to the door or whatever. So I took that out and I came back, changed the garbage bag, and I'm like, man, this smell is just not going away. So then I was like, all right, where is this smell coming from? And every time I got close to by the fridge, I could smell it, and that was where it was smelling the worst.
Yeah.
And my fear was that maybe there was a dead mouse or something somewhere that I wasn't like maybe it crawled under the fridge and died or something like that. So I like got down under and looked under the fridge and I could see there was like liquid like
Gross.
right by the front of the fridge and I'm like, what the hell is that? So then I opened up the fridge and I was like, oh my god. And I looked, the milk had literally exploded in my fridge. It expanded the stupid milk enough to where it actually like blew the cap off and like went everywhere in my fridge. So Clorox and or bleach and Lysol wipes. I spent like I don't know hour and a half wiping out my fridge and wiping the floor and trying to clean up as much as I could. And it's getting better finally after about 3 days, but I could still every once in a while catch a hint of the smell. And it was so bad that like I had my hunting coat, my camouflage coat I always wear. I was wearing that when I discovered the milk, and I carried it out. Well, I realized that I had picked it up, and I had it in my arm before I realized that it exploded, and so it was all over the milk thing, or all over the jug.
Yeah.
And so I'm at a restaurant with my girlfriend, and I'm wearing this coat, and I hadn't taken it off yet, and I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, man, something stinks in this freaking restaurant. And I'm like, do you smell that? And my girlfriend's like, no, smells like Mexican food to me. I'm like, God, something stinks in here. And then
Yeah,
I
it
got
was
to
you.
thinking, I'm like, oh, it's me. So I took my jacket off, and it's currently being washed right now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I
Dumbass.
got tired of smelling sour milk.
Yeah.
And then it baffles me because I sit there and think to myself, we make cheese out of this.
No. Well, you could, but no. Gross
I mean,
ass.
yes. You ought to look how blue cheese is made.
Yeah. Well, yes, but no. It's a very specific molding agent. It's not
I
just.
get it's a process,
No,
but in a
it's also
sense,
just a very
it's
specific.
sour milk.
No. Technically, the thing you're
It's
thinking of that is
curdled
just soured milk. No, that's just cottage cheese, and the just soured
Whatever.
milk thing you're thinking about is just
Either
sour
way,
cream.
we're eating it.
Well, yeah, because technically, sour milk is not bad for you. It just tastes gross.
Yeah, that's hard to wrap your mind around. Like it is.
Yeah, it's not gonna fuck
technically
you up.
bad for
It's
you.
just
You're not gonna get
it's
sick,
nasty. Well,
but
I
it
am,
just
but-
tastes like ass. Well, I would too, but
Well,
in a
you're
different
getting
way.
sick because you're lactose intolerant. I'm getting sick because things that taste gross make me sick.
That's gotta baffle people. He's lactose intolerant and has milk in his fridge. Like, yes, I do.
Yeah, he
I love
refuses
milk.
to try other kinds of milk. He doesn't even want to learn.
That's not true. I even went so far as my coffee creamer. I'm going with like an almond based
Nice.
coffee creamer. It's not as good as the regular.
Remind me
coffee
to never
creamer,
have
but
coffee
it's
creamer
fine.
at your house. I mean, if you
I had
just
the regular kind too.
if you just go the Coffee Mate stuff, technically it doesn't have dairy in it. Go read the Coffee Mate bottle. There is no dairy in that coffee creamer.
Oh well, apparently I'm fine then because I think that's the other brand that I have. So no wonder I
That was a
haven't gotten it.
wild
No,
thing I read one time. I was looking at the bottle and it's like, yeah, technically you don't even need to refrigerate it. There is no dairy in this. I'm like, huh? How's this cream then?
right?
What
That's what
is
baffles
this?
me. What's in it then? Have you seen like the shit all over TikTok where people are getting brand new bottles of coffee creamer and they go to pour it out and it's like just slime, like
Yeah.
that slime that you can get out of a bottle, like that you can just play with or whatever. I can't
Yeah.
remember what the actual, like green usually. It's got that texture and it's just coming out of the bottle brand new. The seal wasn't broken, and
I have not seen that.
I've never seen that myself,
So,
but everybody's like, well, it's not expired either. And the only thing I can think of is perhaps it's freezing. Like,
Or-
it's in such cold temperature it freezes and then it
So-
like turns into a gel.
I was going to say I had a bottle of Prime where it separated all of the everything else and the water.
Yeah.
For some reason it just sat too long and separated, so I almost wonder if that's what's happening. Is it's just separating and that goo is just everything that isn't water inside of the creamer.
Right. But that's the thing though, when they go to
Just
pour it
shake
out,
it and it
like,
should be.
no, it doesn't even. I think you should look it up and see
Maybe,
some
yeah.
of the videos of because when you would think that because it's thicker and heavier, the first thing that would come out is the liquid.
That's fair.
It's just slime, and the only thing I can think of is its composition's being changed by the fact that they got frozen.
I mean, that's
And
possible.
I don't know. And I know there's times where I've had my refrigerator set a little too cold and it's froze things in my fridge. So
Yeah.
maybe that's happening in the storage facilities or something for these coffee places or these coffee creamer maker places. I
Right.
don't know. I don't know.
Incredible. Real quick, apparently Drake is filing a lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Spotify, alleging they conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us. According to Billboard, Drake's filing accuses UMG of a scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to boost Kendrick's song. Dog, just admit that you got. And just
Right. I mean, it's literally on radio.
It also-
shit.
it might be time to just consider the MGK route and switch genres for a while. Come back later.
Yeah. Or don't come back.
Or don't, because nobody actually likes you.
Yeah. That's
And you're, MGK just started beef with Eminem because he thought it'd be funny. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, Drake, you're accused of some not okay stuff. MGK was just like, yeah, he's an idiot and wanted to rap Eminem. And honestly, I just kind of respect that. Like, fuck it. He was willing to do it. And then he lost and he's just like, all right, we gotta make rock
Well,
music now.
and it's funny to me.
And
You're
then win
accused of some
country
not okay
awards and
stuff and then not even deny it.
right.
Like, really?
Yeah, Drake's someone of all time.
Yeah, you did this. You're a shit person. And he's like, so?
He didn't even hit you with the nuh-uh.
No. It was just like, we're gonna move on. Next question, please.
Yeah. Oh, it got even funnier. Kendrick is just like not acknowledging that Drake exists anymore. So Kendrick has made, you know how I've shown you like the Ill Mind of Hobson like series of songs. He has Ill Mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably more now, but I only know up to 9. Kendrick had a series of songs. It was the Heart Part whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick's last one that he put out was the Heart Part 5. One of the diss tracks Drake made, he put out as the Heart Part 6, thinking that would force Kendrick, if he ever did it again, to make the Heart Part 7. Kendrick just dropped an album with the song The Heart Part 6. He's just like, yeah, now when people try to look up your diss track, they're just going to find my song, you fucking loser. I win again. I don't even care that you stole my bit. I'm just going to keep doing it. And there's nothing you can do. And I love it. That's incredible. Also, it's very unfortunate that the winner of the NBA Finals has now been spoiled for us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, every time Kendrick Lamar has ever dropped an album, the Golden State Warriors have won the finals. Therefore, and thusly, he just dropped an album. The Warriors must win the finals. Them's the rules. It's very
Fair
unfortunate. He could have at least waited, a month into basketball season, the bastard. Didn't even go watch teams play.
Right, why you gotta ruin it?
Right? Basketball is interesting. Just watching like little bits of it and seeing stuff. LeBron became the oldest player ever to have triple doubles in 3 straight games. The previous oldest player was LeBron, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
This dude is about to turn 40 and is one of the 5 best players in basketball still. Doesn't make sense. He is genuinely going to retire still as one of the 10 best players in the world and be over 40. That's not normal. I also really hope he does, though, because I don't know. I've said this about every player in every sport. I'd rather they retire a year too early than a year too late, because then you don't remember them as a husk of themselves. You just remember them as one of the greats. I wonder how many people think about that way after their career. Like, man, I wish I would have retired a year earlier.
Right. I'm not saying, my dad's like anything near him, but it is amazing to find out that my dad played Towns team basketball and he could still dunk the ball at 45.
Well, that's just because your dad's like 8 feet tall.
No, he was only 6'2", and then he was shorter than that after he broke his leg and could still dunk a basketball. I was like, gives me hope. Maybe I'll still be somewhat athletic when I'm 40.
Nice.
Or I'll be dead. Whichever. Either way. Win-win.
Dude. I don't know. I was watching, I've been looking at Twitter since yesterday because we're going to talk football for a second because I can't have normal football conversations on Run the North, at least not about my team. So got to do it somewhere else. So the Vikings beat the Bears yesterday and needed overtime for some fucking reason, we decided to fuck around a little bit at the end of the game, and it annoys me. Number one thing I keep seeing people say, when we were up 8, we should have went for it on 4th and 1 instead of taking the field goal to be up 2 scores with 3 minutes left. It's like, no, taking the field goal is the correct answer there.
Exactly.
You're up 11 points with 3 minutes left. You figure you can just get a stop and get the ball back. But instead, we allowed a touchdown and then gave up the only onside kick fucking ever. And like,
right,
at that point, it's like, all right.
What are the odds of them
fuck.
getting it? What are the odds of them getting a touchdown and then also getting an onside kick?
And then getting the field goal to tie. Like
honestly, I went through and I watched like the highlights of that game. I actually watched like the first half of that game.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was actually kind of a really good, fun game to watch. Like it was, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb Williams was
doing.
If I ever see somebody claim that Caleb Williams might not be good again, I'm going to lose it, because he just had the best game of his career against inarguably the best defense in football. Like, there is no argument. This is the best defense in football, and Caleb just had his way all day.
Right. And the other thing that I had an issue with is seeing the amount of shit that was being talked on Sam Darnold.
Oh, that's not even the guy I was going to bring up. But yeah, he played arguably better than Caleb did against, again, a top 5 defense in football. Yet the Bears decided to do some really dumb shit late in the game.
Right.
But like,
right.
Sam still has to take advantage of the dumb shit.
That's coaching. That's not the players.
Yep.
That's coaching issues.
Yep.
But the Bears, I think people like to overlook the Bears, but the Bears have a strong defense. Like,
the issue is their coaching is stupid. So because it's a close game, they're guaranteed to lose. At least in a game like this, because top 5 coach, worst coach in the league. Which one's going to win in a close game?
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep. So,
like, it's weird.
Also,
the record in a close game thing for like 90% of teams comes down to quarterback play. For the Vikings and the Bears, it comes down to coaching. Because like, Caleb Williams did everything he needed to do to put the Bears in a position to win. Now, the sack he took in overtime, ridiculously bad. Can't do that. But you're a rookie, that's going to happen. You like, if Caleb didn't play the way he did, you're not in that position and you get blown out. Like,
right. Everybody, especially rookies, are really bad about, this is my hero moment.
Yep.
And instead of, let me just throw the ball away.
Yep.
Like Josh Allen, he played like a rookie for like fucking 90% of his career. Now he's like, for the first time ever, throwing more balls away than I've ever seen him throw away, ever.
Right.
And that's still is not as many as he should.
Yeah, right. But that's also what makes Josh Allen, and you don't want to take that away like the Bears did with Caleb Williams early in the season. Now, my biggest issue with this game is the people, because Justin Jefferson finished the game with 2 catches for 27 yards. And the amount of people I've seen, well, Jalen Johnson, the corner for the Bears, locked him up. Nope. The Bears decided this week that stopping Justin Jefferson was more important than winning the football game. That was the decision that they made. Because what happened? You decided, okay, we're going to focus our literally 4 guys out of 11 on every play were on number 18. So Jordan Addison gets to have the best day of his career, go 8 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. TJ Hawkinson goes 7 for $114. Aaron Jones has over 100 yards rushing. And then, like, the big touchdown to Jalen Naylor, who was supposed to be guarding him, Jalen Johnson. What did he do? Oh, he knew Justin Jefferson went behind him. And even though there were 3 other guys guarding Justin Jefferson, he slagged off Naylor to drop back to Jefferson, leaving him wide open for a touchdown. So I keep seeing people, is Justin Jefferson like washed? Did he fall off? No. He just he's like the only receiver in the league who like isn't going to cry about not getting targets because he knows he's still the reason we won that game.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's his job as a number 1 wide receiver. It's not always to make the big plays. Your job is to make other teams respect you and have to cover you.
Yep.
Like if you have a mismatch on a 1-on-1, you have to pull 2 people to cover that person.
And it's tough for teams against the Vikings.
Mhm.
Like more than maybe any other team with any other number 1 wide receiver. Because like you're facing the Bengals, you decide to quadruple Jamar. Yes, they have T. Higgins. And then what? Not much. Like, I'm trying to think of other teams with these big top guys. But, like, the Vikings, all right, you going to do that? Jordan Addison exists. TJ Hawkinson exists. Aaron Jones exists. Like, those are all guys who are, like, Jordan Addison's weird because he's only ever been a wide receiver, too, so it's hard to rank him. But, like, TJ Hawkinson is, at worst, the 3rd best tight end in football.
Mhm.
Argument that he is the best tight end in football. Aaron Jones is a top 10 running back. Jordan Addison is probably the best wide receiver, too, in football, or at least one of the best. What, you got him, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle?
I gotta kick that video you sent me on TikTok.
Which one?
That pass catch.
Oh, yeah.
So the defender gets up and he walks up and he's like, yeah! And then he goes, wait, you caught that?
Dude, that one fucked me up because that was such pass interference that they didn't call, but it didn't matter because he caught it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man. Weird.
He's like, man, I even cheated and you still caught it.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you?
That did make me laugh a little bit.
Jordan Addison, good at football.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I get Sam Darnold's had a couple bad games. Like, Jacksonville was atrocious. The Indy game wasn't great. But, like, Darnold's played really well all year. And even in the games where he's played bad, we've won. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I get confused because I see, like, the national media. Who's the best chance of taking down the Lions? The Eagles, the Packers, or the Commanders? And it's like, the Eagles actually might be up there. Saquon's terrifying. But outside of the Eagles, the Vikings have the best chance. They're the only ones outside of the Buccaneers who have played the Lions even to a close game. Remember, the Lions needed a bit of a miracle to beat the Vikings. I think everybody forgets that.
Well, and the other thing that the double standard that pisses me off between the Vikings and the Lions even is like the Vikings have a close game and win, and people are like, "Oh, this team is not legit," and then the Lions go and throw 5 interceptions and barely win a game. Oh, but even if they're even when they throw 5 interceptions, they still win. They're legit.
It's like, what? How's this different? And I'm sorry. I feel like I can make the argument that Darnold's the better quarterback than Goff. He can make more throws than Goff can. Well, that I don't even mean that because Darnold had his dumbass day in Jacksonville. And I personally think throwing 3 interceptions against Jacksonville is worse than throwing 5 against Houston. One of those is a real defense.
True.
But it's just like purely just talent-wise. Darnold can make more throws than Goff can. Like his arm is just better. And like, I don't know. The argument's there. Who has better weapons? I think it's the Vikings. The better run game is probably Detroit, and that's just because their offensive line's better, especially since the guy we traded for to be our replacement left tackle's now hurt because fuck, we can't have a left tackle apparently.
Right.
Just not allowed. I don't know.
Yeah. That offensive line for the Lions will just it sucks the wind out of a defense because they are really fucking good.
And that's what Minnesota does well is they're really good at exotic blitzes that confuse O-lines and just doesn't matter how good you are if you just didn't notice that guy.
Or you're thinking, oh shit, they're gonna blitz 2 guys, and then they drop back into zone coverage.
Yeah, and suddenly it's only 3, and you're all confused.
And then you got or you got your 2 middle linebackers, like they're gonna blitz. They drop back in zone coverage, and you're outside. You might have an outside corner or like a DB freaking blitz from one direction or whatever, and your inside linebackers doing the covering. How the fuck are you supposed to know? Like, like, oh shit, here it comes, and then all of a sudden it's going over there. Like, offensive linemen in NFL, I mean that's gotta wear a guy out. Just you never know who's coming, who's not coming. You just kind of hope you pick up the right guy, and I don't know. It takes a lot of talent for a big guy to be able to turn his shoulder and pick up a guy that is coming that he didn't know was coming.
Right. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know, man. Football is goofy, and the internet hurts my soul.
Right.
Seems like a
I
lot
mean,
of things hurt my
I
soul.
was a pulling guard, so I only ever had to worry about a floating
I
linebacker.
still think it's
So
funny that you were a guard.
that's a pretty good one too.
I don't really like. I get how, but I don't get how. You weighed 12 pounds.
I know, and I know, I don't think I ever allowed a sack, and I never lost a block. I don't think I ever lost a block except for the one time where I kind of got murdered at the knees. But I mean, whatever. If they wanted to, they tried to hurt me that game, but it didn't work. It didn't feel good, but actually, if one guy would have just hit me the way he was going to, and the other guy didn't hit me, I probably would have got hurt worse. But because they both hit me in the knees, they kind of counteracted each other, and
Ugh,
still fucking hurt, but it didn't break my leg. So
I don't think I like that. So, real quick, Daniel Jones has cleared waivers. He's now free to sign with any team for the veteran minimum. The list of teams that are known to be interested in Daniel Jones are the Vikings, 49ers, Raiders, and Ravens. The question I have to ask is, does Daniel Jones want to go be a backup for a team where these games matter, or does he want to go try to be a starter for a team that might have less talent than the team he was just on? The Raiders suck, dude.
I would, if I was him, I would pick the team that's going to pay him the most money.
For him, that won't matter. Nobody's giving him any money.
Oh,
he is getting the veteran minimum because the Giants are still paying you $60 million, dude. I ain't giving you fucking anything. Fuck you. So the question is, does he want to go to the Vikings or Ravens, where there's a chance to win a ring? I forgot that the Niners might have a starting spot open because Purdy's hurt.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably the choice I'd make. Get Kyle. The issue is, I might choose the Vikings anyways. Look what Kevin O'Connell's done for everyone else.
Right.
Like, yeah, you might be able to not start. And, like, the issue is, I don't think he'd be actually the backup. I think he'd be the third string behind Mullins.
Right.
But I also do know, as much shit as I talk on Daniel Jones is a better third option than Brett Ripien, I can tell you that much. And if you get into a situation, knock on wood, don't want this to happen, but if you get into a situation like the Niners did 2 years ago, where Purdy's hurt, and Garoppolo's hurt, and Lance is hurt, and you don't have a quarterback, or, in this scenario, what happens if Darnold and Mullins get hurt? I think I'd rather lean on Daniel Jones than on Brett Ripien. Daniel Jones at least can, like, just do the run the ball a lot thing. And I don't know, I find it really hard for any quarterback to truly be bad with weapons like the Vikings have.
True.
You might Nick Mullins it and throw 4 picks also, but that's fine. Because we'll still have a chance.
Yeah.
But
that's true. Ugh.
But honestly, I would probably pick the Ravens just because scheme-wise, they're the smartest. If you were ever thrust into having to play.
Yeah, true.
That's my thoughts on that matter.
I don't know. I would go somewhere where you have a chance to improve or a chance to show that you deserve to be in the NFL.
Then that answer would be you go to the Raiders and see if you can, because that's the only way you can guarantee another shot. Is you go to the
Mhm.
Raiders and you get to start out, like, finish out the year for the Raiders, try to win some games, live and die by whatever you're able to do there.
Right. Well, you're not going to make things worse. So
That's
you
true.
might as well go in there and just try and pull some shit.
Yeah.
You're not going to have this pressure on your back. You know, you're not going to have a playoff chance. Just go in there, fucking play some football, see if you can win a game.
Would you rather
Who
explore
knows?
space or the deep ocean? Space.
Yeah. Space.
90% of the ocean. I get it. 90% of the ocean is unexplored. Yet 90% of the ocean is also lifeless and desolate. I'm good. Like,
Right.
I'm
If I'm going to
good.
go lifeless and desolate, I'm going to go to space.
Or at least it's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. And either way, you're probably not gonna make it out alive.
But here's a different way of looking at it.
Uh,
You explore the ocean. We found out that the aliens live in the ocean. You discover the aliens, establish a relationship with them, and they take you to space to explore space.
there you go. That'd be cool. I don't think that's how it would go
Yeah.
though.
Oh, did you see that United States shot down an unidentified flying object not too long ago?
I don't know, man.
They
There's been a lot of talk and a lot of it's been fake and a lot hasn't. So I don't know.
No, this was on the news a few days ago, but yeah, apparently there was an object that they was flying over the ocean for a little while, and then it cut over Canada. So then Biden was in talks with what the hell's their leader, Netanyahu or something? No,
Nope.
that's Israel. What the hell's his name?
Justin Trudeau, you fuck.
Trudeau. Yeah, Trudeau. Sorry, drawing a blank. But anyway, Trudeau and Biden were in talks with each other, and then Trudeau ultimately gave Biden the okay to use one of our F-22s to shoot it down. They do know one thing. They don't know well, they know it was unmanned, but they have no clue what the fuck it is. So
Nice.
that's interesting.
That's one of those where, like, who knows what it is, man, where it came
Yeah,
from.
I feel
Could
like
it
it's
be?
just the Russians fucking with people.
I
Like,
doubt
let's
it.
build something that's creepy looking and send it over there and see what they do.
I doubt it because Russia's not any good at making anything or really doing anything. So I don't think they could get anything here. I really don't.
That's true.
I'm sorry, nothing about.
All right, excuse me, not Russia, China.
All
On
right,
the other
that I
hand,
could believe.
China can build shit.
That I could believe. Uh,
Somebody somewhere is fucking with us, whether it be the aliens or the Chinese, one of the two.
it's probably just some high school kid for science class.
Right, right. He's about ready to win the freaking science fair, and U.S. government shot his project down.
Yeah, true.
So his next science fair project is how to use anti-missile defense mechanisms on his science fair project.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. The world we live in.
Yeah, pretty shitty place, can't lie. So what have you been? What has been the thing causing you your depression, or is it just the being tired?
Not just being tired. It's I'm in a house by myself now, and I knew it was going to be lonely, but it's just when you're in a house by yourself, it's just quiet and no one to talk to, and so I just sit on TikTok or play video games or watch a movie, and when you're used to living with people
Yeah,
and you don't live with anybody anymore, you kind of go through a state of loneliness, you know? Because even
That's fair.
now, it's not like I was constantly talking to the folks that I lived with. It, you know, but it was a sense of, okay, people are there if you need to talk to them, or you know, and you know, it's just you got a house by yourself and it just seems empty.
And then there's me who just can't wait to get his own empty house.
Right. But you have lots of people to talk to.
So do you. You have the same people to talk to. Every one of these times you've wished there was
That's
somebody
not
to...
what I meant. I'm talking all of the people that are in your head.
Oh, well, technically I don't get to converse with them. It's more just birds on
The
a
demons
page.
and all your friends.
No, I was going to say, because technically you have lots of people to talk to, too. You could just, I don't know, any of these times, just look in the Discord and see that 5 of us are hanging out every night and just come hang out and talk to us. You just don't because
Right.
you're a hater.
No, I just don't, because by the time I get back home, it's usually bedtime. So
Well, that's your own
I
choice.
I go lay in bed and watch TikTok until I fall asleep. And
That's your own choice.
yeah, well,
Darts last week
true.
sucked.
I had a great time.
Kill yourself. Dude, I don't know what the fuck. No clue.
Yeah.
Other than, I mean, I hate that bar. I know that.
That's I think the biggest issue. It is extremely hard to concentrate when you're bumping elbows with somebody when you're trying to throw darts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you also are playing a team where one guy, when he starts drinking, gets extremely belligerent. Like, dude, shut up. The guy can't stop making noises. Like, just random noises. Like a toddler. I've
Glad
heard
I didn't
toddlers
notice
make
any of
less
that.
noise. Yeah, you had your earbuds in. It was driving me fucking crazy, which he did the last time I fucking played there. Just, I mean, just Brant, I don't understand. He might have ADHD or something, or something. I don't know. But he just cannot. He starts off fine, where he does the normal cheering and blah, 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 you know? But then it just turns into just bullshit for hours on end. I understand why teachers are alcoholics now.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, that was atrocious. And I don't like it.
Yeah, I
I haven't,
understand.
I haven't
Hopefully,
played
we don't
darts
have
that
to play
bad since
there.
the first game of last year.
Yeah,
No, we have one more game there, I think.
do we? Oh,
Because I think
sad.
there are 3 teams from there. I think.
Oh, let me look here.
I'm looking also. I don't know where my schedule is, though. Right there. We are Team Juan. And we play there the last week of the season.
Oh, gross.
So hopefully the last week of the season doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think we're pretty handily sitting at number one.
yeah,
So
because as long as not all of us decide to have a bad week at the same time,
yeah,
there's always somebody else picking it up. Really? So,
yeah,
and like,
which is a good thing because
there's also the thing of like, there's, I can care, I'm gonna guarantee it. I don't care. Because if I actually do fail this guarantee, I'm just quitting that night. Don't care. I'm not going 0-4 in a night of darts. It's not happening.
I've done it.
I
didn't
haven't.
quit.
I haven't, and I won't. And if I do, I quit.
Well, then just don't.
Right. Just don't. Um. Oh goodness, man. Oh yeah. So we were gonna kind of talk about this. So I was supposed to have a date on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly what happened. So okay. So my brain initially told me it was like Okay, so when it got canceled, it was because her dad was coming into town from out of town. It's like Thanksgiving week, and you know what? Whatever. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Gonna be busy, gonna have people around. That makes sense. Whatever. The issue is we went from the entire week previous to that, like talking all day throughout the day, like
Mhm.
immediate responses, to like 3 messages and then gone for the rest of the day and then good night. And then 3 messages, no talk, good night. And now just nothing. I don't really know what the fuck happened.
Jeez, you sound like Cody right now.
But it's very not great for me. My brain is a bad place.
Yeah.
So
So I'm gonna warn you because there's a high likely chance that after a couple weeks goes by, just out of the blue, it'll be, "Hey, how's it going?" And then you got to make the decision. Well, do I try to keep talking to this person, or are they going to blow me off again? And it's kind of it's a tougher decision than one might think.
oh, I know. But yeah, no. My brain has currently been running through the obvious one that I like told you about initially. The like it didn't make sense to me that she was talking to me anyways, because like you know. And then my brain just
It,
did the has been doing the thing of like, why did you ever think something good could happen for you, you dumb fuck? This isn't how your life works.
right.
Which is a good point that I do tend to forget about. I just think good things can happen, even though they don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's any consolation, um, these types of things get brought up between my girlfriend and I
Yeah,
because she was asking me. She's like, "So does She doesn't know. She's like, "So what's his dating situation?" And I told her how
not
that's
good.
been going, not so good for him. And she goes, "Wow, really? I don't understand that." And I was like, "Well, he seems to think he's not very attractive." And she goes, "Well, that's just not true. I think
But it
he's
is.
rather attractive,
I still.
you know."
I don't
But
care how
she's
many people tell me that. I'm never gonna believe it.
right, and that's what. Well, and but that's the thing.
Yeah,
She has no reason to lie in that
that's
situation,
right.
and she thinks that you're genuinely not that bad looking of a person,
Right.
you know. And but you also have to take it from her side. She likes fluffier people. I
Right.
mean,
Okay,
you
dude.
know,
I'm gonna knock you the fuck
but I
out.
I am one of the smaller people that
Oh yeah.
she's been with. I'm not the smallest.
Right.
She was with a couple of toothpicks, and she absolutely despises it. But
And I mean,
um,
you might as well be a big guy. Jesus.
I know,
You
right? I
put
eat
away
like
more
I'm
food than a big
600
guy.
pounds.
God damn.
Yeah, but 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 she finds you more attractive than, say, our tall friends that we have
Right.
because they're thin and
Right.
she likes meat on their bones.
Sure.
But I don't know. I just if she
Then I
finds
feel
you
bad because
attractive,
she
there's
feels
someone
bad.
else out there that will.
And then I feel bad because she feels bad because of the other thing not happening. Though you
Right.
do
Yeah,
need to
she
tell
does
her
feel
that
really
one's
bad
that
about
one's
that.
okay.
Yeah, I told she's like, I feel really bad because I feel like I kind of fucked that up for him. And I was like, well,
well, so
from the
there's
sounds of it, it
so there's
doesn't sound like it was the end of the world on that
it
one.
definitely wasn't the end of the world, but there's also this thing for me where it's just like, instead of trying to talk to me about it, you're just going to assume the worst possible outcome.
Uh-huh.
I would also assume worst possible outcome. But you could at least just, I don't know, say words like, hey, who was that? And like have
Right.
a conversation instead of just leaving me on red
Right.
because of it. Like, I get the optics aren't great. I do.
Right. Because then,
But also,
hey, who
just
was
like,
that? And then you got to be like, well, that's my best friend's girlfriend. And then you got to explain, well, he said it was okay she could come.
well, not only that, but it's just like, I don't know. It's also just a thing. Like, if that's going to be a problem, it's always going to be a problem. Like, look
Right,
at who a
exactly.
lot of my friends are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Artie, other Artie, Galaxy. Like, this is just a thing that is a thing.
Right.
And
And I get having trust issues, but there's
100%.
a point that, there's a point, there's a line, If he's not doing anything whatsoever to indicate that he is not being faithful,
right.
you can't just sit there and constantly forever and ever be like, I have trust issues and I don't trust you and you
Right.
can't talk in the opposite sex. There's millions and billions of people that you're going to have to converse with, especially in your line of work.
Yeah.
You're an entertainer.
Right.
Your job is to talk to people and to commute to, and, literally communicate with people.
Yeah.
You're going to talk to females.
Yeah. So that one,
That's
it's
what I
just
like
like,
about my girlfriend.
whatever.
My girlfriend trusts me enough. She could care less who I talk to.
Right.
She couldn't care less if there was a chick hitting on me.
Right.
If it's within her presence, then she's going to say something.
Like, yo, what the fuck? Right here, homie.
But she thinks it's funny when I come home and be like, yeah, this chick tried to hit on me or whatever, and she's like, oh, that's funny. Sucks for her. Because she knows that, I'm a faithful person.
Right.
And she doesn't have anything to worry about.
Right.
In her mind, she says it's more humbling than anything else because, she knows what she's got. She got it, and some other chick lost their opportunity.
Yeah, now you don't get to. Haha. I
mean,
mean,
now you don't get to. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I get that. But yeah, it's
She's like, it's like the dude with the dollar on that commercial. Ha, you gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think dude, I can't wait to get out of here, man.
I think that is going to be the best thing that ever happens to you, honestly.
Yeah.
It's getting the fuck out of here. Because for one thing, there's a lot of good dating material out there.
Yeah.
And it's not here.
I was going to say, where we live, I don't fit what 90% of people's preference is.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say this. While I do not give the outward appearance of a cowboy, because I cannot just do I'm not a cowboy, because that's technically a lie. True. 90% of the people you talk to aren't going to, how do I want to phrase that? I'm going to just say out cowboy me. Yeah, they might dress more like one, but
yeah,
half of them have never ridden a horse.
It's funny because Cody and I were literally at a bar one time, and Cody and I both wear belt buckles.
Yeah.
And this guy came up and started like hassling us because, oh, I bet you guys haven't ever done anything agricultural related. If you probably don't even know what a cowboy is, and just like hassling us. Like, dude, I've done more cowboy shit than you have probably.
Right.
I just don't fucking look like it because A, I hate the way cowboy boots fit me.
Valid.
And B, I don't look good in a cowboy hat. I just don't. I've tried them. I just do not look good in a cowboy hat.
I see, like, my issue is a little weird because I don't hate cowboy boots, but I hate jeans, which is a really complicated moment.
Right.
Wearing cowboy boots with shorts or with sweatpants is a little goofy. And
also trying to find a cowboy hat that'll fit that head.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
you have
fair.
A large head.
I do. It a lot of brain.
A lot of brain, yeah. Big brain power.
Also probably just a really thick skull.
Yeah.
I can be a stubborn ass.
That is very true.
Yeah.
will not deny you that.
I can recognize most of my flaws. The question is whether
Oh, that's my girlfriend. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Bro's
You
panicking
can
a
come
little.
in if you want.
Gonna be on camera though.
You're on camera, just so you know.
Hello. Oh God, I don't know what I'm supposed to be conversing about now.
I didn't hit any.
What's that?
I didn't hit any deer. I only saw one, but I'm sure there was more. My headlights just are bad.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't hit any deer. I'll be done here shortly, probably.
That's fine.
Like 10 minutes.
Okay. Probably 10 minutes or so.
She didn't hit any deer. Well, that's unfortunate.
Or it's like you're gonna have to fix
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to fix that door. It just needs to stop on like. It doesn't have trim on the other side to keep the door from
So
going.
it just goes all
It
the
just
way.
goes all the way through, and then the hinges don't fit right. I mean, obviously, the door is not the right door for that door
Right.
frame, and so once it goes all the way through, then it's a royal pain in the ass to get it to come back through. So, because of the way the hinges are, so that's one thing that I'm gonna probably fix.
Valid.
Even if I have to take a couple little chunks of wood and just screw them in so it stops the door from going all the way through.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think so here's the current timeline I think I'm looking at. In the springtime, I'm going to travel at least just the place in my brain that I think I want to be most is Seattle. So I'm going to go there first. And I'm just going to go hang out for a couple days.
Just
Not
kind
like
of vacation.
Yep, not doing anything. I just want to go like walk around the city and just
To
see how I
life would
feel.
be in the city.
Yep. In
other
that one
words,
specifically.
For you, it's going to be go in your hotel room and Uber all your foods.
No.
You know, DoorDash all your food there. Sit there and you'll have to get out because your PC won't be there. So
yeah, no. My whole plan is to like figure out if that's just like I'm gonna find a couple of the apartments I've looked at and might want and like go different neighborhoods and whatever and just like exist, see how I feel, and see if I'm correct, which I think I am. Seattle, weather-wise, location-wise, everything seems
internet-wise, yeah,
right. Seems pretty great. If I come back from there like I did from Vegas and go, maybe not, then I'm gonna go to fly to Minneapolis and check it out for a couple days and just kind of go to the few different cities I've thought of and just like where feels right,
Right. Yeah.
And then, because I mean, the fallback city is always an option, and I know I like it there, so it's just too close to here still, I think.
Right.
But, yeah. So that's the plan for spring, and then I'm hoping, like, my hope would be to have found a place and be there by, like, August-ish.
Right.
Just because if I don't, then I have to wait until after TwitchCon to move, and that's moving in November, and that sounds kind of gross. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
To either place in November sounds really not great.
Because part of that, I mean, you're going to have to drive.
Somebody's gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a car by then, so.
Well, right, but you might have to rent a U-Haul or something.
Since apparently other people want to help me move, I'm probably just gonna let them drive it, and I'm gonna fly and meet them there.
I mean, fair enough. Or you could be nice and ride with them.
Maybe. My brain's trying to figure out what the best plan for that'll be, but we have time.
Yeah.
That one I'm not so worried about. But I do have to figure that out by August at least, so I can get a plane ticket ordered for TwitchCon. Ordered. Bought.
Right.
You don't order them. You don't wait in the mail. I just got to buy one. But then I got to pick, where I'm going to fly out from. Because I cannot pre-buy a plane ticket when I do not know where I will be.
Right.
It would suck to buy a ticket from Denver to San Diego and then be living anywhere else.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm excited for you because I mean, there's a lot more people that you can get exposure to and
Yeah.
grow your channel and you know
Yeah.
get your you could advertise better. How
Right.
the hell do you advertise here other than online? You know,
Right. 100%. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm ready for
you'll,
it. I've been planning.
you'll have to make business cards.
There you go. Yeah. I I actually have an idea for that for next year at TwitchCon. We'll just see if I have the money. Um
Gonna make like a QR code or something.
well, I have that currently on this phone.
Oh well,
Remember? From it the QR code's down here from last TwitchCon, the one in Vegas.
right.
If you remember, because I had the other phone being used as a camera, so I had this one and could just have people scan the thing.
Right, but I mean, like, make a business card that has the QR code on it.
Oh yeah,
That way,
yeah,
you can pull the Vegas thing and just walk around and oops, oops, let me
Yeah.
leave this here. Oh,
yep.
you know, and people be like, oh, hey, what the hell is this? Yeah, the QR code.
Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. Life's annoying, and my brain has hated me since Saturday.
Right. The one thing I can say is perhaps it's a blessing because if you're, going to be moving out of the area, you know,
So you know me. This is where I get to sound like such a weirdo. At least I feel like one. Maybe everybody thinks about things as much as I do, but I don't always think so. Because I think of,
right.
Every possible outcome ever. And we had actually had conversations about like stuff like that anyways, because I had said like I plan to move sometime next year. And she was like, I'd love to too. I hate it here. I was like, oh,
Well,
sick. So in my
that would
brain,
work
it was
out, I
just like,
guess.
oh, there you go.
Right.
It's like a full year before then. If you're,
Right.
if you're together for a year, moving in makes sense.
True. Yeah.
So, but apparently it doesn't matter. So that's okay. Something else happened. She died. Probably not. She found a new
That would be.
carton of exploded milk. No, I don't mean the person I was talking to. You turned around.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. She's banging around. She's probably hauling all the shit out of the truck.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got all of the Christmas stuff in there.
And then
But
whatever else she's slowly moving in.
yeah, but we got like $1,000 worth of fucking Christmas stuff in her truck. So between
What kind of Christmas stuff?
well, when you have a large family like mine,
Oh, you just mean gifts.
yes,
Nice. I got to
yes, just
decorate
gifts
for
and
Christmas soon.
I have a little Christmas tree
Yeah.
that got left behind by the.
Nice.
Yay!
I got to decorate my background for Christmas is the bigger thing here.
Yeah,
And then at some point this
yeah,
week, I have to try to steal you to record things.
yeah. Hopefully, I get
Won't
a
need
little
you for
time to
that
do
long.
that. Yeah,
Well, you should. You definitely get Thursday and Friday off, but you're
yeah.
gonna be busy Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, of course.
But you don't have any of
Yeah.
your average weekly shit this week, right? So
No, so I'm thinking maybe we could do it. Well, we can't do it. We can't do it Wednesday night
right, I
or
have
Tuesday night. I do
something.
have my I do have my training
Oh, do
for
you?
my
Okay, that's what I
my
was gonna
fire
ask.
training Tuesday night. Otherwise, we would do it Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night the folks are coming over because I got deer marinating, and we're gonna have a dinner here and watch a movie and bullshit, and so maybe Friday.
I was gonna say that sounds like it'll probably work out best. Because
Yeah,
tomorrow I have D&D, and then Wednesday I'm going on
right.
somebody else's something.
Okay, so we'll try to shoot for Friday.
Yeah. And I just have to try to get a bunch of other stuff recorded before then. I posted a video today as of day of recording, but whatever, 5 days ago as of you watching this, I don't fucking know. because the video I posted today is, dude, all weekend trying to record videos for this week, I had nothing. I just sat here and stared at my monitor.
I watched your video today.
So I think I'm going to do I'm just going to take the time leading up to December to work on better videos for Geekmas, because
right.
Otherwise it's just going to be schlopped together for an entire month, and I don't really want that. So
right, it seems like you could use the mental break at the moment too. So
maybe the issue is I'm not giving myself a break. I'm just a break from uploading, I guess. But yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I am. A break to me is just doing something else. So
right, yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else I really gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the Raiders have been eliminated by Daniel Jones. He's weighing offers from potential contenders and has made it known that he wants to join a contender.
Oh. Huh.
I mean, if you're going to be a backup anywhere, you might as well be one that wins a ring.
Yeah, he's trying to finagle his way into a ring.
Super Bowl champion Daniel Jones, what are you doing then?
Yeah. Get paid $60 million to sit around and do nothing.
Yeah, man. Why not? Get paid $60 million by the Giants to sit around in one of these places that are known to be a better organization. Like the Minnesota thing. Every player ever has talked about how great it is to be in Minnesota. So have the Giants pay you $60 million to sit around Minnesota's facilities for a few months?
Right.
Nice. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I got anything else. You got anything else?
That's all I got for the day.
All right. Well, week, I guess. I think that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.